I do not even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. Um, Nobody was expecting this news today at all. Um, Deshaun Watson's out for the year, ladies and gentlemen. Deshaun Watson, who had probably his best half of football for the Cleveland Browns, um, you know, came back and won the game against the Baltimore Ravens and led the team to being 6-3, a half a game out of the division lead in the AFC North. Big game coming up against the Pittsburgh Steelers to try and get to first place. Game against the Bengals Ravens game on Thursday night. Bengals beat the Ravens. Browns beat the Steelers. We get first place in the division. Hype was immense to it. Probably one of the top three most hype games, regular season games in modern Browns history in the last probably 15, 20 years. Everybody was worrying about his ankle. It's probably an ankle sprain that he was dealing with after that Jadeveon Clowney hit. Everybody's looking forward to the game. Ticket prices are $200+. And it comes out just probably, I want to say, half an hour ago. While I was in class, Deshaun Watson's done for the year with a shoulder injury. Not the same shoulder injury. I will say that. It's not the same shoulder injury. But it's a new one. And the Browns put out a press release a couple minutes ago and said that Deshaun underwent 2 MRIs on his ankle and his shoulder, found that he had a high ankle sprain on that one ankle, which everybody kind of suspected. But he also said that he was feeling a new type of discomfort and pain in his shoulder. And they did an MRI test and they found out that he had a broken shoulder in a galenoid or whatever it's called. Whatever the stupid shoulder bone's name is. And the doctors said that he's going to have immediate surgery in order to prevent further damage to that shoulder. And he's going to be out for the rest of the year, and he'll be back for the 2024 season. I mean, can we get even more ridiculous with this season? Can we get even more? I want to swear, but I don't want to get this thing so withered down in the algorithm. Can we just get even more stupid with this season? Can we get even more effing ridiculous with this season? This is the second straight time Deshaun Watson has a good game. There's promising stuff, promising direction. He's taking a step in the right direction. We had this with the Tennessee game, now with the Ravens game. Had promising directions. Is the old Deshaun back? Old Deshaun's back. Everybody's going crazy in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson's back. He's going to play like his best form. Oh, who cares about the shoulder injury? We don't give a crap about that. Deshaun Watson's back. We said that during the Tennessee game, and then we said this after the Ravens game. And both times afterwards, he said, I'm going to be ready to play on Sunday. I'm going to play on Sunday. I don't care what's going to take. I'm going to play on Sunday. Kevin Stefanski said that he's going to play on Sunday. Deshaun Watson said he's going to play on Sunday. Both after the Titans game and after the Ravens game. And both times we have gotten kicked in the nads, and Deshaun Watson has this injury to his shoulder, and now he is done for the year. I don't know what kind of deal Art Modell made back in 1995. But he made a deal with the devil, and I'm pretty sure he cursed the city of Cleveland and the Browns for the rest of our lives. So now, instead of having Deshaun Watson not being 100%. We have to acknowledge that he wasn't going to be at 100% either way you look at it. Even if he did not have that ankle sprain, he was not going to be 100%, but he was certainly 1,000 times better than the alternatives that you have on the roster right now. Thanks for that, Andrew Berry. We'll get to that in a minute. But Deshaun Watson, when he was playing, was the best fourth down quarterback in the league with over like a 147 passer rating in the fourth quarter with 7 touchdowns and 0 picks. And the second closest to him in the fourth quarter was C.J. Stroud, 40 points less than him in QBR. So you had that going for you. He's a really good second half quarterback this year. Just has to put it together in the first half. So Deshaun Watson's done for the year. You're going from inconsistent, mediocre to good quarterback play from Deshaun Watson to the worst quarterback in the league by far. No contest, no statistical, empirical evidence can contest the fact that P.J. Walker is the worst quarterback in the league by far. Worse than Mac Jones, worse than Bryce Young, worse than any other horrible quarterback you want to mention, worse than Desmond freaking Ritter. P.J. Walker is the worst quarterback statistically, empirically, by far in the NFL. And the Browns, who are 6-3, who have a shot on Sunday to become first in the AFC North at 7-3 by beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your hopes and dreams rely on the arms of either P.J. Walker, who is responsible for 1 touchdown and 6 turnovers in his career with the Browns in 4 games. But hey, he beat the San Francisco 49ers, guys. Don't worry about that. He beat the San Francisco 49ers. 1 touchdown to 6 turnovers. Or you have your 5th-round rookie, DTR, who you shoved into the Ravens game at the last minute, and he wasn't prepared at all, and he lost 28-3 and threw 2 or 3 picks in that game. So his confidence has been shot, and not to mention the fact you demoted him from 2nd string to 3rd string, so who knows where his confidence is. So are you going to bring him back up to 2nd string ahead of P.J. Walker, or are you going to ride with P.J. Walker the rest of the year? Or do you have to find someone new like you should have done at the trade deadline? You mean to tell me that Carson Wentz, who is sitting on the couch eating potato chips watching NFL Red Zone, you mean to tell me that he wasn't a better option than P.J. Walker? Are you kidding me? After what you saw P.J. Walker do, I don't care that he's 2-1 in the games that he played. That is meaningless. You didn't win the games because of P.J. Walker. You won the games because of your defense and lucky penalty calls. And the San Francisco kicker missed the game-winning field goal from 41 yards out. And then when you needed him to win you a game in Seattle, he had 2 guys wide open. He threw it to Amari Cooper, who was double covered, and bounced it off of Jamal Adams' head. That's the quarterback we got, ladies and gentlemen. That's the quarterback that we're going to have to deal with for the next 8 games of the year, the most pivotal 8 games of the Browns, minor Browns history probably, in order to become first in the AFC North. Now, Kevin Stefanski, he's had really good games this year, but for the next 8 games, he's going to have to coach like prime Bill Belichick with Tom Brady. And the problem is, he doesn't have Tom Brady. He does not have a Tom Brady on this roster. There is no Tom Brady. There is no savior. There is no GOAT. There's no good quarterback on this roster because Andrew Berry decided to trade Josh Dobbs. And I'm not saying that Josh Dobbs would save the Browns season because nobody expected Josh Dobbs to be good this season, okay? Or at least play above average this season, okay? Nobody expected that. And I do not want to hear any Browns fans go all ape shit over the fact, why did we get rid of Josh Dobbs? Why didn't we do that? Okay, everybody wanted to get rid of Josh Dobbs for DTR. Everybody was saying that in the preseason. Okay, so hindsight being 2020, that's just out the window. That's out the window. But right now, the Browns season lies in either the hands of DTR or PJ Walker. And if you even asked me this 3 hours ago, I would have said that's probably not going to happen, but it's probably a possibility. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought Deshaun Watson was going to lead the Browns to win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Browns would go to 7-3 and have a shot to be in first place, depending on what happens tomorrow. Poof. Poof. It's gone. So, here's where we are. Andrew Berry has a tough decision to make. No, and let me rephrase that. He has a decision to make. It's not even a tough decision. There should be no decision to be made. There should be no tough decision. It should be a decision. This is an easy decision to make. It's not a tough decision. It's an easy decision to make. PJ Walker and DTR are not good enough. Or let me say that again. PJ Walker's not good enough. We don't know what we have with DTR. The last time you had him in, you threw him into the fire at the 11th hour to try and beat the Ravens. When you were having practices where you were handing the ball off with Deshaun Watson and then having DTR throw it. You were splitting reps with Deshaun Watson handing the ball off and DTR throwing it in practice. Okay, so if I'm Kevin Stefanski, and if I'm given those two choices, if I'm given the choice between PJ Walker and DTR, I'd rather go with DTR because at least you don't know what you have with DTR yet. You could have him go through a full week of practice with the ones, see what's going to happen. You bring back Austin Watkins up to the active roster. They had a rapport and chemistry in the preseason. Cedric Tillman's in there right now. Why not see if that clicks? I don't know. But this is what you got. This is what Andrew Berry gave Kevin Stefanski. I'm not going to fault Kevin Stefanski one bit if he goes 4-4 the next couple of games. If he goes 4-4, if the Browns go 4-4 or better in these next 8 games, Kevin Stefanski deserves a fucking medal because he's going to have PJ Walker or DTR for more games this season than Deshaun Watson. Think about that. I want Browns fans to really think about that, and I want Kevin Stefanski haters, especially in the Browns community, to really think about that. If Kevin Stefanski can pull this team together and the Browns can go 4-4 or better in the next 8 games and be at least 10-7, how can you hate Kevin Stefanski? How can you want him fired? How can you really want Kevin Stefanski to be fired if he goes 10-7 or better with DTR or PJ Walker playing more games than Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson played four complete games. Actually, no, 5. He played 5, excuse me. He had the first 3 games and then these last 2 with Arizona and Baltimore. He had 5 games. He's played 5 of your 10 games. Kevin Stefanski is going to have to coach the best game of his career. He's going to have to coach the best 8 games of his career. It's going to be a challenge. I don't know. I like I said, Kevin Stefanski is going to have to coach the best 8 games of his life to get the Browns to where they need to go. Personally, I don't even care about the division anymore after this news. I don't care about the division anymore. If you can get to the wild card game, if you can just get to the playoffs with this current roster, if you can get to the playoffs with PJ goddamn Walker playing more games this season than Deshaun Watson, Kevin Stefanski deserves the Coach of the Year medal. I understand you're going to probably give it to D'Amico Ryans or Campbell, Dan Campbell in Detroit, but let's take a look at what the roster is and what the circumstances are. If Deshaun Watson or if Kevin Stefanski can get the Browns to the playoffs this season, he's going to do it with no Jack Conklin, no Nick Chubb since week 2, Deshaun Watson being out, playing only 5 games this season. He's going to get credit for 6, but he was only in there for 2 seconds in the Indianapolis game. But he's going to get credit for 6, but he actually played 5 and completed 5. You're going to have P.J. Walker perhaps play more games than Deshaun Watson, and the Browns still go to the playoffs. I mean, if that's not Coach of the Year, if that's not Coach of the Year material, I don't know what is. But once again, Browns fans, we get excited, we get our hopes up, and God strikes us down, kicks us in the nads, and we're on our knees, clutching our groin, asking God why. Why? Yeah. I don't know. Luckily, I haven't bought tickets yet to the game. I know I put out a poll last night asking you guys if you guys want me to go to the game. If you guys still want me to go to the game, I'll go to the game. Ticket prices are probably going to be cut in half at least. Probably go down to $40. I mean, I'm right now. That's the only positive I see in this is that ticket prices are going to go down immensely because people are going to give up their tickets that they paid $400 and some odd dollars for or $600 for. So if ticket prices go down, that's at least one of the best things or one of the bright spots of this shitty day and shitty horrible news. But that's the only spot I can see right now. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, if you're a Browns fan, if you're just a sports fan in general, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Also, if you guys want to donate to the channel, want to help out with the quality of the content, hit that Cash App link down there. That's my Cash App. You guys can donate to the channel. It's the best way to donate to this channel and support this channel. I also have memberships. If you guys want to join the channel and become a member, that's also another way you guys can support me and support the channel. We also have Super Chat when we do live streams. Coming off the bench, the podcast that I do, we're going to be doing another episode this Friday, talking about the Browns, Steelers, and just the Deshaun Watson news, and give it more, hopefully more updates and context around that. But yeah. Just when you thought that you could have happiness as a Browns fan, it gets taken away from you just like that. Welcome to being a Browns fan. If you're new, if you've never felt something like this before, this is nothing. This is nothing to being a Browns fan. So we're used to this stuff, unfortunately. But I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in another video. Take care.